What's up? It's Chase with Energy to Conquer. Today is day 11 on my experimental journey to get more energy. If you guys haven't already, like, subscribe, share. Like I said, today is day 11, and I'm out here after my workout. And you guys are probably wondering, like, why am I always outside filming these videos? But what I do is most of the time I film these videos after my workout, and I come out here after my workout, and I usually walk about 10 or 15 minutes, just kind of cool down, just kind of let my body chill out a little bit before I go back to work. But yeah, I've been filming these videos after my workouts, and I've been intentional, and I'll probably start doing some of these in the mornings before, when I'm a little bit fresher. But I wanted to show you guys, you know, when you start doing workouts, especially hard workouts, like your energy is going to take a dip, and it's the inevitable. It's going to happen. I just wanted you guys to see me struggling a little bit to get through these videos, and it's rough at times. Sometimes I babble a little bit, but you know, I'm not 100% because I've just finished these workouts, and this week the HIIT sessions on the workouts that I'm doing, it's a HIIT session, 3 HIIT sessions mixed in with strength training. But the HIIT sessions increased from 7 minutes last week to 10 minutes this week, and the extra minutes on those 3 is really just it's wiping me out. But you know, and I'm sure the fatigue from being on the second week of the program. So today is Thursday, and it's day 11. It's actually my 10th workout, so I'm sure some of that fatigue is carrying over because all these tough workouts. But so yeah, I'm feeling that, and that was to be expected, and I kind of wanted you guys to see that. When you jump into a physical program to help increase your energy, like you're gonna have a dip. Like, it's not all gonna be sunshine and rainbows. You're just gonna start working out and feel better. But one of the things I wanted to talk about is your recovery rate, like how quick you can recover from the workout. And some people gauge, like, that is the gauge for fitness, and that's kind of what I believe. You know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert on this, but I used to run a lot. And when I was running a lot, and I say run, is more like a slow jog, but I was running on a lot of rough trails and up mountains and hilly terrain. And I say mountains lightly. It's East Coast mountains, so it's nothing like a West Coast mountain, right? But it's more of a slow jog. But I got to where I could run up to about 4 hours without stopping, in just a slow, steady pace. But you know, during that process of running, I learned a lot about recovery rate and how quick your body can recover. And that's kind of a gauge for fitness that I've always followed, is how quick you can recover after workout. Because when you're running, when you first start out, like, you run, walk, to recover on that walk to be able to run again, because you ain't up to that level. But as you get going, you can run longer and longer and longer, until you get to the point where you can recover while you're running. So maybe, you know, you run up a hill and you just kind of get gassed. You're feeling the burn, but as soon as you top over the hill, while you're running downhill, your body's able to recover. And, you know, it just gets better and better from there, where you can actually, you know, get wiped out going up a hill, running, and maybe the hill just gets a little less steep, and you're able to recover while still going up that same hill and never stopped running. So I say that to be kind of a gauge for your fitness, is how quick you can recover. And there's actually, if you'll just look up exercise recovery rates, and it's kind of what they do in a stress test, for, like, to test your cardiovascular health. They're checking your heart for different things, but it is what they're doing. They're checking for the recovery rate, and they're looking for inconsistencies. But as I go through these workouts, you know, they're kind of wiping me out, but I'm able to recover within probably about an hour right now. So the workouts are a little bit tough I'm doing. They're harder than they was when I first started, but that was to be expected. And the recovery time, like, I'm kind of take a dip for probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half after the workouts, but then my energy comes back up, and probably 2 hours, 3 hours, my energy's higher than it would have been if I didn't do the workout. But it's kind of like, you've got to stress your body, and you've got to push your body beyond its boundaries. And I don't go too far. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. You know, if you're way out of shape, maybe you want to get checked with a doctor before you go doing any type of workouts. But you know, you've got to stress that somewhat to be able to increase your energy level and your stamina. I've seen your physical energy, your cardiovascular health, right? Your stamina to be able to do this. And if you're really out of shape, you know, maybe just walking up a hill, maybe a quarter mile, like that's going to wipe you out for the whole day. Coming into this, I had, you know, I was somewhat fit. You know, I'm not always ripped. I've never been ripped since I was a kid, but you know, like I said, even when I was running, you know, I was proof that you can't outrun a bad diet. And I've got a little bit more stricter on the diet, and so I don't always look, you know, I don't look like the fittest guy in the world, but I do maintain some level of fitness. And what I gauge that on is the recovery rate, because I'm usually running, I'm doing something almost every day. So I say all that to say, when I come into this, I had some level of fitness, but I knew this was going to be hard, and I knew I was going to push it really hard to kind of boost and kind of, I guess, get a big boost out the gate to get my energy up for this challenge. And if it wasn't for this challenge, I probably wouldn't be pushing this hard, but I am, because I want to see how much I can do and turn things around in 100 days and just kind of show you guys. But if you come into this from a really out of shape place, maybe you start with just, you know, a 30-minute walk a day, and move that up to 45 minutes and move it up to an hour, and then add in some, you know, some extra exercises. But maybe you only go 50% during your workouts, or maybe you only go 60% or 70%. Like if you go in and you go do a 45-minute workout at 90% and you're not used to that, like you're going to wipe yourself out, and you're going to be so fatigued and so tired that after 2 or 3 or 4 days, you're not going to be able to continue that. And I say all that to say there's 2 different approaches to this. And that is, you can just start out slow and incrementally add more and more and more and more and more, which is probably the smarter way to do this. Or if you want to get quicker results faster, and I say that if you're already some level of fitness, you can kind of jump in and do stuff that's a little bit harder, but you can't wipe yourself out where you're just wiped out for the rest of the day. You've got to have some common sense there on how quick your body can recover, and you need to gauge that recovery rate, you know, after your workouts. And if you're getting to a point where, you know, you're working out, like when I was running a lot, I would go way further than I needed, or I should have, and I would run, and then I would be wiped out for like 4 or 5 hours after the fact, 6 hours, like the rest of the day sometimes just completely be useless, wiped out. And that's not the best thing to do. And so if you can't recover in a relatively short period of time, whether that's an hour or whatever that is for you to be able to function the rest of your day, like you probably need to pull it back. And honestly, if you're having that hard time recovering, you're probably not going to stick to the program. So just use some common sense there. Gauge your recovery on how quick you can recover, and be conscious of how quick you're recovering after your workout. You know, maybe you're not recovering in the amount of time, but you're hitting maybe 70-80% as hard as you can go during your workout. So maybe you need to pull that back to 50%, or maybe you need to go at 60, 70, 80% for, you know, half the time, or whatever it is you need to do. Like, you have to play around with that stuff and figure it out. But the main thing is you have to be able to recover, and within a relatively short period of time. But the catch to that is you have to push that recovery rate to increase that recovery rate, right? So like I said, it's either a slow process where you're going to spend, you know, 6 months, year, maybe longer, if you're just barely pushing it, or if you've got some level of fitness, you can push it a little harder, or you can just go all in if you're that type of person. So yeah, if you look up, if you actually Google fitness recovery rate, you'll get some stuff, and you're kind of looking at it, and there's different tests you can do. And basically it's looking at your heart rate. Like, you'll get your heart rate up, and then you'll stop working out, and you'll see how many beats per minute you drop, or you go down within a minute. And so there's different gauges there. You can go check that out if you want to go that far with it. Basically, I just look at recovery time, but you know, I think that is the gauge of fitness. You know, as kids, you know, you're in high school, middle school, even elementary school, you're looking at fitness at how quick you can run a mile. They're testing you how many pull-ups you can do, how many sit-ups you can do, and those sort of things. But I think as adults, you know, as we get a little older, I'm 37, so as we get a little older, You know, I think you really start looking at fitness as from more of a cardiovascular standpoint, from more of a stamina standpoint of, you know, how quick can you recover? Because honestly, you know, if you walk up a flight of stairs and you have to, you know, rest for 30 minutes, that's not good. That's not good. So anyways, hope that's something to help you guys out. Today is day 11 on my challenge. If you guys haven't already, subscribe, share, like, whatever it is you do. I've got more of this coming, and like I said, I'm going to start doing some of these in the mornings when I'm a little bit fresher. But just I've been wanting to do these in the evenings. I'll probably continue the rest of this week just doing them in the evenings, because I get like I want you guys to see me struggling. Like some of the last few videos, like I'm kind of struggling a little bit doing these right after, and I'm probably mumbling. Nah, it's probably not that bad, but stumbling through these videos. So I wanted you guys to see that, because I wanted you to see me struggle, because that's to be expected. And I don't want to make this look like something it's not. Like you're just going to come in and do these hard workouts and it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows to get your energy up. Like you're going to have to go through the valley to get back to the mountaintop. You know, if you want the outcome, you're going to have to push it to some level. But depending on your level of fitness is how hard you want to push it, or maybe, you know, how much you have going on in your life right now, how hard you want to push it. But you got to be continually doing more, even if it's just small, very, very, very tiny increments of increasing how hard you're pushing it. So anyways, I'll leave you guys with that. Hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.